another episode with the Diaspora Divas. And we're your hosts, Omari, Joy, Tose, and Ogar.
Hello.
On today's episode, Joy, what are we talking about?
We're talking about marriage in the diaspora.
Whoa.
Marriage in the diaspora. To start it off, I'm going to read a post that we came across on the Instagram.
Yeah.
So this post is from Wives and Mothers page on Instagram, and it says, "Good evening, ma. Thank you for this wonderful platform. I need some advice concerning the woman that talked about her husband not helping her with house chores and support him with the bills in the house. and she was advised to get a help with the money she uses in supporting her husband. I am in the same situation. I have a toddler and twins of 3 months. My husband sees house chores as my work. I am working, probably full time. I will wake up around 5 a.m., cook, bathe the children, dress for work, drop them at school, pick them up, and get home to house chores again. That is the routine. This is my question. The money I drop for housekeeping is usually used for feeding, electricity, unit, gas, and everything that has to do with the house. Even payment of school fees, and after that, no money left for getting a help because I can't afford it after paying all those bills." That's a lot to take in, first of all. It's not even finished. Wow. He has a lot of debt he's paying. That is why he can't support much financially. Wow. I also have over 600k plus I am paying installments monthly from my salary, which I helped him borrow from work. He used it for a business, and business didn't go well. Over 5 million lost. He sees the house chores as none of his business. I do everything for him, even his clothes and all, to the point that he can't clear the table after eating. Okay, he only shows affection when he wants sex, and after that, we're back to our normal ways. Please, I need advice on what I can do because the bills and these house chores, I can't afford to get help in brackets. And I can't stop paying those bills, or else there is no food to eat in the house. Are killing me, and I'm still breastfeeding my twins. Wow, my head is always heavy. I have called him different times to discuss about the house chores, and he keeps saying it is my job to do that. What if there is no washing machine? That I should be happy that I'm not washing with my hands.
Oh my goodness,
I am tired.
Wow.
Well, you should be tired.
Did you say there's no washing machine?
Yeah, no, like the husband said, what if there was no washing machine?
So she should be happy.
What to do then? I'm tired on your behalf, even just from
Ladies, the floor is open. The floor is open.
And I think these stories, like they're in Nigeria, they're not even abroad.
You can imagine.
Yeah.
That one self help is so cheap.
Yes.
Should we get a mental breakdown in abroad?
Oh yeah.
People don't understand that being a mother, first of all, is a full-time job. Full-time job.
It's an all-consuming job.
Oh my God. Tell me about it. You know?
It's an all-consuming job. And the fact that what even stands out for me in this story, the man wants to play gender roles without taking responsibility for his own gender assigned role. Because if we're talking gender roles, right, the man should be provider, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And the woman should be...
standard.
Yes. And the woman should be the homemaker and all that and all that.
Do Odogu for us, don't worry.
Now, he's not doing Odogu, but he wants Odogu benefit.
Even the people that do Odogu, if you're in the diaspora, even if you're doing Odogu, you get that to see.
You got still put on though.
Because if you are still providing, there's still a time that woman needs to rest.
Yes.
She still takes time off for herself.
Yes.
Because that's why we're having young people dying these days of high blood pressure, stroke, and all of that.
You just hear someone collapse and that was it.
The woman needs to re-strategize.
That is it.
The strategy she's using is not working. You have to
re-strategize. Go back to the drawing board.
I know, like go back.
My take on marriage, I used to tell people that the way you make your bed is the way you lie on it.
Exactly.
And I think it's just the summary. But go back to doing something different. You see, we might have to have some disagreements or some battles, just for things to get
Scatter
better.
everything
Let's
first.
scatter it.
Let's rebuild from that.
Only us will go back and sit down and say, where did you get it wrong?
Yeah.
Where did we start from? Because you cannot cope. People are dying from things like this. They will tell you, why didn't you speak up?
Now she's working full time. She's breastfeeding twins.
Yes.
She's doing all of this house. She's waking up at 5 a.m. every day, 5 days a week. Let's even say 5 days a week. Maybe she doesn't work weekends, but even if you have prepared family for church on Sunday, you need to get up early for that.
I don't classify Sunday as off day.
Yeah.
Sunday is
a working day.
It's more full on than the weekdays.
It's a working day. So you need to consider all of that. And meanwhile, when she's doing all this, the man is in bed sleeping,
Yeah.
Then maybe around 6:30, you now wake up.
I think some of our men
Breakfast
think that,
already.
yeah,
Let's start with that.
some of our men think that being a mom is just, or staying at home is just easy. And because they have to go out there and hustle for daily bread, they think that they are doing more of the
But even this woman is doing far more because she's helping the husband
Pay
to
debt
pay
that she
debt
borrowed.
Yeah.
that he borrowed.
She
But
borrowed
borrowed
from
money.
her.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't know, but if you have to start borrowing money for your spouse, that's
You know the thing with even borrowing is that, how are we going to repay?
yes.
There are questions you ask before you borrow.
The thing is not just the borrowing; it's
Yeah.
the ability to repay after you borrow.
What were you thinking? Just say, hey,
5 million.
borrow me that money.
5 million naira not be big.
Yes,
I'll tell you.
borrowing it. Okay, let us look at our income. How are we going to start repaying? Okay, we earn this. This money will go to the. Until you can answer those questions, I don't see why you should borrow that money.
Exactly. And now you are helping the man do this repayment, and even to carry plate when he takes chop is a problem. Mama, I don't. One thing I would even like to add is when it comes to marriage, I see now that the way you start your marriage is the way it's going to be.
Yes.
Because anything you allow your husband or you allow your wife do
totally
at the
agree.
start is what's going to continue because that's who they are.
Yeah.
So if you can accept it at that time,
Why should they change?
be ready to keep accepting it in the next 20 to 30 years or however long you wish to remain in that relationship.
It's like we just get married and feel, especially our mentality.
You will change, you will change.
We will change.
People
The
don't
problem
change.
you face in your marriage is when you want the change to occur.
People don't change. So what you can't accept now, just don't start it. Just don't start it.
I'm just looking at this what you read. I'm trying to relate it to myself. Let it be that I'm in issues. What would I do? Maybe that I'm not come to terms with all these things that you've done. The reality of life. If I was in that, what would happen? Because I'm sitting down here and I'm telling you that I'm still on maternity leave and I don't think I'm going back to work.
It's a lot.
Then because I'm imagining how to manage what I'm managing and working.
Yeah.
It's a
It's
lot.
almost not realistic for me.
It's a lot.
And then I'm imagining someone, you're telling me she's breastfeeding twins or which one, anyhow you put that in.
And this now that you're saying, this is based on us that are here outside of Nigeria, where it's really expensive to get that extra help that you need. It's not affordable.
Even childcare.
You don't even have family that can just quickly step in, family or friends even that can quickly step in here and there, because everyone's life is booked. Everyone is going on
this story
schedule.
was based in Nigeria, but it was in the diaspora. So
Like, let's even relate it to the typical life.
Yeah. But I think that even if this is happening in Nigeria, I'm pretty sure there will still be families outside of Nigeria
that
that
they could help.
that
But what,
pay
what if she doesn't have? She should build her home around both of them. The children belong to them. If they don't have any other form of help, are you saying that it's okay for the man to just let her struggle alone?
No, I'm not saying that it's okay for the man to let her
because if we
struggle.
start talking about help, what if the help is not there tomorrow?
Okay, when I say help, my personal story, when I was in Nigeria and I had my first child, we had loads of help. So
Same.
if my husband decided to do or not do,
Relax.
it wasn't a problem. Do you get what I mean? But when we moved here, I just made it clear, okay? Now me and you did this out.
But then we're also saying how you start is
how it carries
So
on.
is it not possible that if you're starting today, at least just little things like pack your plates after you
Oh
eat,
yes.
you know, things
Oh
like
yeah. You
that.
can't be completely useless. As a functional adult, you can't be completely
You know,
useless.
I think sometimes women can be the foundation of their problem because sometimes we get married, we're forming
Good wife.
virtuous woman. You know, that's what we're being taught. That's what we're being
Best
told.
wife ever.
We're being told that we should do everything, do everything, attend to them, their needs, the needs of every. So
Forget yourself.
and you know the thing is that we start that as individuals, like we're still single, kids have not come into the picture.
And it's okay.
And yes, it was working because I did the same thing technically when I started. I will go to work, come back, make dinner, but it's only you now. Nobody is scattering the house, and I'm giving you food, and you're going to work, you're enjoying.
Yeah.
Before pregnant, hormone starts. That's the beginning of the problem.
Yeah.
You can't cope with that. Kids come into the picture. You are no longer responsible
Number
for one
one.
person.
Mm.
And you know, the highlight of it is that the man is already used to the fact that you're doing everything. And it might not be intentional. He's just used to the fact that you're taking charge.
Yes.
Now, waking up one morning to tell him to restructure the way he thinks is the beginning of the problem. So what are we saying? We need to define what we regard virtuous woman as, because we need to even really understand. You are helping to organize the home. You are helping to manage the home. It doesn't mean that you should do it. She has help. And help can be, if you don't have it in form of a maid, you must have it in form of your husband.
Oh yeah. And it shouldn't even be structured that way, because if both of us are living together, I know that if I finish taking my bath, I should hang my towel on there. Like, if you are not going to go out of your way to do the house chores, don't add to the mess.
Yep.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you finish eating, take your plate to the kitchen, clean it up, or you put it in the dishwasher or something. You know,
Yes.
clean up after yourself.
Put the crumbs in the bin.
You know,
You haven't said anything yet, so if your experience is
She's just relating.
She's taking it all in.
Well, going by that story, I actually feel the man is just being very smart.
Yeah.
Because what he's just doing is he's double dipping.
Hmm.
Because, like, he is working, he's earning, but his money is going to whatever thing it's going to.
Yeah.
And then the woman is being a wife, a mother, and a financial
Provider.
or
Doing it all.
something.
I'm telling you.
Like
Support
she's
system,
support
everything.
system, like she's doing it all. So I feel the guy is just being really smart and like
Yeah.
it's, and this whole thing, I think it just falls back on we women.
Yeah.
We need to really define the rules, like you guys have all said. Like, I just feel I don't know.
In the 21st century, man,
Yeah.
as in the 21st
Yeah.
century, it's why marriages are questioned left, right, and center.
Is it also possible that we are like in between generations, sort of, because we've seen our mothers being married to their husbands or
Yeah.
being married to our fathers, and we've seen them pretty much do it all,
Yeah.
right? But what we've also seen is our fathers providing it all.
Exactly.
That's it.
But it's like
But this generation
some
is
of
different.
the men in today's generation didn't quite get the memo that if you're not providing, then you have to you have to make up for that somehow.
You know what's funny? They're adjusting to the fact that women are coming to help
provide,
them.
yeah.
But they're not also adjusting
It's a
to
give
the
and
fact
take.
that they are helping.
Yeah.
But you see my problem with it because it's you tell us to support you financially, but you don't understand that you have to support us in the home too,
Yeah.
with the chores and everything. It's 50-50. You give me, give and take, you take like that.
Yeah.
We work
And there
together.
are
we
few
balance it out.
exceptions where the man is, a true odogu,
Yeah.
provides it all. In that instance, you can afford to get your home housekeeper that will come in and clean up. You can afford to outsource all of those things, and it relieves your mind and
So
your
in
energy.
Nigeria or in the abroad?
Wherever you are. Wherever you are. If your husband,
how much is dry cleaning in the abroad?
no, let me say, if your husband earns like 600K
Away.
annually,
Away.
that should be
Away.
that should be enough to outsource a few of
But
these
what should
things.
you outsource it as in the diaspora? Give me an example of things you outsource.
Cleaning my house for
Oh
one.
yes, please.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, please. Cleaning my house for one. Yes, please. Outsource
Yeah.
immediately.
Washing.
school run.
No, no.
Hey!
I'm lost immediately.
But you see, in the process of saying you are sourcing, house chores, it's like you get them once in 2 weeks, once a month.
Yeah.
It's not even regular.
It's not every day.
And then when they come for 4 hours, I'm telling you, because that person is coming here to earn money, they plan their life to clean their house for an hour, or and things to make your life easy.
Yeah.
See that once a month or once a quarter.
So a typical
blessing.
nanny for a day would be like how much?
It's equal to almost what someone will earn in a day.
So let's say 300. 300 AUD.
Oh, so from memory, I think that you can pay anything from 200 to 300 or 400, depending on what they are paying, depending on the size.
Serious
of
or
the
double
house.
status?
No, it depends on the size of your house. That's why sometimes sometimes we're rushing for big house. Big house, big wahala.
Yeah.
When you're looking at a house you want to live in, you should look at what is sustainable.
Yeah.
Some of us want to have 3 sitting rooms. Like there's 3 cleaning.
No, that one. Your sitting room.
Your house is carrying.
One sitting room will just be display. Display only.
We're increasing your problem. People are coming and telling you, oh, so beautiful. Oh my God. She has this. Do you know that people fail to tell you that you're going to be cleaning all those things?
They're not supposed to tell you that. You won't buy it.
You know when people quick no until you start to clean. Experience is the best teacher.
But seriously, are you saying that things like this you should also discuss things like this before you settle into marriage? Like, if we're going to get a big house, it's going to be a problem because we have kids. Kids will definitely, you can't stop them from scorching.
Instead of, before even discussing, these are reality. Like, you need to know the person you're getting married to. And in the process of courtship or what it is that we are doing, you already see how the person perceives.
How adaptable are they to change?
These are certain things we need to look out for. And it's when you're not saying those things, that's when you have to discuss it. Because if it's natural, if it's inbuilt, there's no room for discussion. Because you already know that's what it is.
Let's say if you got married strong man, those men that used to do I'm the man, how can woman be talking to me?
I'm even wondering if marriages like that exist in the diaspora. Like, I'm the man.
They exist everywhere.
Before most men adjusted, they still showed that side of them. It's just that the reality.
That's for the one that adjusted. Some of them don't adjust.
Yes, but which is true.
Some of them don't adjust, and either the marriage breaks or the woman will just continue to break.
Or it will break, and then we patch it back.
Either the woman will break or the marriage will break.
because the truth is, we already know how it is from where we are coming from. Even if a woman is not the one that does the chores, she's the one that organizes it. So men are also not used to. It's like telling someone, okay, pack your plate, you put it, say you didn't wash it. It's like the man will just look at it as an insult.
It's like you're telling him outside hustle your day. So what are you doing? Like, not just wash plates for me.
There was a story I read. The man will go there. I think they were both even in the UK. The man will both of them will go to work and come back. He will cross leg and be watching TV, waiting for her to come back and prepare dinner.
Imagine. It should be who first come house, me.
In fact, anybody where hunger and cats prepare something.
Or if it's something you don't know how to do, let's say kitchen for where you come from, then you show your strength in other areas. Let me know that, okay, this is where my strength is. This is where your strength is. That would also not be an argument. Because I know that, the cleaning of the house is my husband. So what am I doing? Then okay, the cooking of the house is me.
Exactly. Because I know that if I finish cooking, I'm not going to stress myself to come and clean. Because I know that my partner has already covered that aspect.
Men, come close. This is what they're telling you people. This thing too used to affect people in the other room too. Because I cannot come back from work tired and you expect me to cook. And then to go up again and cook. It's not possible.
No, but also one day we're going to also get the men's perspective too. Maybe we're just saying it from our own viewpoint.
But you know, as women, when our head is full and things that can make our head full, the kids, our jobs, taking care of the house, cooking, cleaning, all of that.
A man will say that's why God made you a woman. Because that's why God gave you that
school. Wait, so why am I working? Why did God make you a man?
Exactly, my sister.
No, I think whether it's even us having discussion or men having discussion. The point is that we all need to help each other in whichever area it
Exactly.
is.
That's just
Especially
Because
with
this- yeah.
the abroad life is.
This could also be like a case, like another guy somewhere also might probably be experiencing what we are talking about now. Like
yeah,
it's
the
can
other
be
way
the
around.
reverse.
You're right, yes. Where the man is
He's the one
at home
who's
doing
cooking
chores.
and cleaning and
Yeah.
working and
But
everything.
you know,
Oh,
people
yeah.
have this notion that, and maybe it's happened to some people. Some men are like, when you start helping them, you take advantage of it.
Oh.
There are some people in
Yes.
that video, like they show you that, oh, let me help you, let me get around you. Then some people just relax.
No.
So I've seen situations
Yeah.
like that. You see, a man that knows how to cook, you see the one that he's having cook now, no need. So even when she has the time, so they're just people that are just built unknowingly or knowingly, you just take advantage of it. So it's really both ways.
So at the end of the day, just have sense.
Yeah.
Empathy
that
for
way.
your partner.
Because everybody keeps saying marriage in the diaspora is terrible. Don't bring your wife if you're coming, or don't get married.
Oh, you see all those ones that
yeah.
they will come, then they will not say because he
Yeah.
brought her from Nigeria,
Exactly.
the marriage scatter.
Exactly.
But if hold already did when una dey Nigeria,
Yes.
that's why I don't need to pass your whole
That was the
story.
point I was trying to make. I was saying that it all boils down to, like what Mario was saying, case by case basis.
Yeah,
It's hard for everybody, Nigeria, diaspora, everywhere,
true,
UK.
true.
It's hard enough, especially with the economy, the way it's inflation is going up and down.
Yeah.
It's hard for everybody already. So, like I said, help each other, support each
Yeah,
other.
Everybody
Have
should go
empathy,
their way.
you know?
you don't come back home and just be like, even if I get home before you sometimes, maybe I just go home and everyone was a mess. If I don't tidy up that mess, I can't even proceed to the kitchen. You don't just come back home and the first thing is just like, no food.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Why don't
It's at that point you will sit down and carry remote.
It doesn't show
why
everything.
don't you say, yeah, you must have been busy, what's the plan?
At least how was your day?
How was your day? Not
Yeah.
the one that you're already squeezing your face. You understand that me that I'm there, I've not even drank
I
water.
think that as families, we should also be more intentional about each other.
Yes.
We can just say, oh, today is the day off for the family. Nobody do anything.
Oh,
Everybody,
yeah.
let's relax. Let's go out. We work so hard that we can take care of ourselves. Like, we should be able to take care of ourselves in as much as we work so hard. Because if we slump and die one day, I mean, my sister,
You know
what will
that
you need the money for?
you know that there are households where the woman can't even take 2 hours out of her day, and then the husband is with the kids.
It doesn't, no, yeah,
It's
that's
just
very
not
correct.
possible.
Yeah.
No, it should be.
But it shouldn't be that way.
And also because some people don't have trust in their partner, whether it's a man or a woman. It's like,
Yes.
if I'm not
But
there,
if you
she can't do
continue
it right.
to make those excuses for your husband, then he will start to take advantage of that. Say, who go look the children?
Amen to that.
Who go look all these children?
But my
Who
sister,
want them?
best believe if anything happened to you, those children will survive.
Yeah.
God
the
forbid
truth.
nothing will happen to any of us.
That's the truth.
But they will move on.
That's the truth.
They will move on.
But you know, one thing I think I've also realized over time is like, I think people need to be intentional with their marriage. Like, you see, no matter how hard you work, you need to have time off.
Yeah.
Time off is for so many things. Time off to sit down and see where it's going right, where it's going wrong.
Yeah.
Time off to relax and say, even if the house is a mess, let's still sit down and take a break.
Yes.
Time off to understand that it can't be perfect. There are
Yes.
people that are walking around the clock. Some people are even the architect of their problem. Yeah, that place is dirty, let me clean it. Before you know it, children are back from school.
They'll
Your life has ended.
Or
You need to be intentional. No matter how hard the economy is, if you make 200,000 today, the money will still not be enough. If you make 50,000 yesterday, it will still not be enough. We need to be intentional. You need to have a day off. If you say weekend is where the money is, have a weekday off. Walk around it. Be intentional about it. I mean, this life is only one, no? And the truth is, when you are too stressed, you don't even have time to relax. You are always fighting. You realize
They're always wound up. Things that won't annoy you normally.
exactly.
will
The
start
things you're
to
supposed to
you.
have discussed, because you don't even see each other or you didn't have any relaxed time, you will forget to even give the person an update that this is what we should have done. We start to miss some important things.
Yeah.
The relationship starts to tear apart.
Yeah.
And we don't even know, but that's where it's coming from.
Yes.
Yep.
It's
Being intentional is a really, really good one, because if as a couple, especially it's easy for you to just become distant
Mm.
with somebody that you are sleeping and waking up from the same bed with.
Yes.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
Because if I work mornings and you work nights and we're not consciously making our time to spend together to, renew our knowledge of each other, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of
then
time.
you wake up and say you fell out of love.
You didn't fall out of love.
No,
you just stopped trying. You just stopped trying.
You help yourself to get to that point and you say you fall, and then it's you to even keep trying that because it took you probably 5 years to get to that point.
Yeah.
How do you take?
I keep saying that love is not a feeling. Love is a daily decision that you make.
That's why someone said it's a verb. You keep doing it.
Yeah, it's an action word.
You keep doing
It's not a feeling. It's not like, some part of your body tingles are like, I'm in love. That's not it.
And most importantly, one thing that
And sometimes, sorry, to cut you short, it's not, so let me buttress her point. It's not so much about the big things, it's about the little
It's
things.
the small things.
Yeah, because you will never can tell that as much as say, God, don't worry, sleep in today, I'll shout the kids. It's cold.
Those little things.
Way.
And in fact, free advice if you're a man watching this video. Try it one day. Say, baby, take this $200, take this $300, go anywhere you want to go. Come back anytime you want to come back. You see that one that is shouting, she's not been giving me anything in the other room. Now you go run for that.
You're gonna want to run inside.
That you will run.
this table you are shaking.
You will beg for mercy.
But yes, that was what I was going to even say initially. Self-care.
Yeah.
Be it man. I used to say, even these nails that we go and do, when you relax, then the massage chair is okay.
I'm telling you,
relaxation.
never.
Self-care, even if it's 2 hours, we keep thinking, well, I don't have time. Or something, go and take care of yourself. Reboot. Come back.
We should also encourage self-care for the men too. Not just for us.
It's like, how many times I intentionally ask my husband, when are you going out? When are you going to relax?
Like this football, they go to
go.
play.
Yes.
That's why I support you. Please go, relax. Stay there.
Because we were also recognized
Your
that
day
we work
off.
so
Bottom
hard.
line is, outside of your marriage, outside of your relationship, get extracurricular activities that might not necessarily involve the other person. Because breeze will blow your brain. And when you come back home, it's like you are seeing your husband new again, so to say. Do you get what I mean? So I think those are really, really important. Another factor to even consider, and I don't know if it's even relative to people who migrate to UK, because most of the times you just hear stories from that area where they say, they just moved, marriage scatter, call police, come house. You know, all those kind of
she's been waiting to plan events.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, she ran away with the kids and all of that.
In all these stories, they really don't highlight anything that the man has done. So it looks like the woman is just enemy of progress. Nobody goes into a marriage with the intention of it's not going to work.
It takes the two of them.
Yeah. So if something is not working, that's
just
where
an opportunity for her to get her own band of flesh, if that's the word.
But coming into a Western country, so to speak, coming into a country like that where the women's needs are put ahead of the man's own pretty much, especially when it comes to domestic violence or things like emotional abuse or any sort of abuse, really.
Domestic violence.
They'll put the woman's needs ahead of that. So if you've been beating your wife in Nigeria,
exactly,
and when she run away, family will bring her back. They will even gather and beg you. They will need her and beg you. Then you travel outside the country and you think you will continue that bad behavior.
Of course not.
She will just call police for you.
Because that's her own strength.
Yes, that's the only way she can fight back. And for how long do you think someone will just sit down and be chopping nonsense? One day, water go pass Gary and...
Well, we even thank God for some countries too. People are getting exposed over time. Like, all these welfare, people are going there, it's just the exposure that people need. Because even back home, even before coming to the abroad, if you are aware, some things would not keep happening.
True.
It's there. It's just to a limited number of people who cannot, or they say some people can get their way out of some things, some people cannot. You just need to be aware and you will still find a way around it. Instead of people always waiting to just get out of there to get their revenge. You can start from where you are. You know, and it's
Talking about August said something about like UK. Let's just use that one because I think there was a time on social media it was just all about this
UK
work is
people not let
breaking,
us
this
know.
one is breaking, I actually felt that number one, it's understanding because where we're coming from, like back home, whatever country it is, but that is that was our own, that's our own country, right? So we have like cousins, nephews, niece, family, one will just carry bag, I want to go and stay with auntie for the weekend, We've all got help, like even aside from the maid, domestic servants, we've all got help. Like you can just call, hey, you come and stay with me for 1 week. Like all of them, they're already on the roll call. So we really have that help back home. But coming to the to the abroad, it's just exactly. It's just you. Like it's a definition of family. Like family helping each other.
Immediate family.
You understand? So I actually feel that was probably what was causing the issues back wherever, like them breaking up because there's really no understanding of now I've left my own home country and now I'm on another man's soil. Which brings it to the fact that the family needs will never stop. But then you do not have help. But how do we help each other? It now comes to the understanding of the man and the woman to say, okay, now we have to put our definition of man, husband, and wife.
Pack it at the airport.
Drop it at the airport. We are now each other's helper.
In fact,
support
this is
system.
going to be one of our topics next time where we talk about Japai Wati. So stay tuned for that one.
Because that's a whole different conversation.
So, like exactly what Tosin is saying, because he's so used to the luxury
Support,
back home, are you mentally ready for what it takes to be
In
as
their
man
abroad.
and wife?
I didn't even realize that counted as luxury until
Yeah.
I thought it was just normal.
So those are the kind of things that can actually make marriages.
Good understanding would be like a very good solid foundation for your
I
marriage.
just sat here and remember the life story that happened here, in Australia, where it's like the man kept looking at the woman like, I can't beat you in this country. I can't beat you in this country. You know that? Me, they went back to Nigeria.
That's good.
I did no jokes. We did the two. Slap that big
Oh
ass
my
out of the
God.
house. So I'm telling you, somebody.
How can you have all that kind of
Yes.
thought in your mind?
You they look and they say, don't worry. By next week.
I'm telling you, did everything possible to say, we're going to Nigeria, we're going back, we're going back. I said, beat her out of the house. Without nothing. So it's like, some people don't even get used to the fact that when we're starting to look at how to help you. So maybe the mere fact that they're saying, please stay with baby today. So you're there thinking the person is using you as slave. But how is it? I'm going out there
They
to
both
work
are
for
kids.
them.
Yeah. They
Child.
both are kids.
Then you get the opportunity and we went back home and then the next thing you do was to beat me out of the house.
Oh my God.
And you built it over like it's like, so when we are there.
Put her in an environment where she won't get any support.
So these people not adjusting is really, this marriage itself is a big topic that you cannot really.
It's inexhaustible.
And we cannot even say it all because everybody's experience is also very different. But there are just some basic things we're saying on our podcast today that have empathy, help each other. Nobody's on the island. Self-care is important for both man and woman.
This thing about help is sex. And someone once told me, and maybe people can apply it. She said, mothers used to say, help me put the kids to bed. Help me do this. Help me. It simply means we are owning the responsibility. She told me that my husband told me I should stop using the help word.
Which is
This is a woman telling me what her husband said.
That's a good man right there.
So my husband
Ringing the bell for you.
Ringing
Ringing the bell for
you.
you.
Help me.
The way we've been programmed growing up, these are things that are traditionally yours to do. Do you get?
It's like we were groomed.
Yes. Because I don't recall my dad putting us to bed. I
always at home.
don't recall my dad washing the clothes.
I remember there was one time Dad was even came visiting and then we were like, Dad, why are you going back to work? He's like, what do you want to use me to do? I have to go and work.
But what was even funny was one day that I wanted to step out and the gas was on, and there was nobody else in the house, and I said, Daddy, please, I no, this is not. That's never happened.
Yeah.
Help me take the kettle off the
gas?
And so I came back almost an hour later. You know what he did? He actually took the kettle off the gas, but didn't know that they turned it off.
No, but that's how bad my dad was the definition of like in this generation spoiled.
He had 6 sisters. He said, "How do you have that number of sisters?"
I didn't know that. And there are men that if their wife travels today, maybe travel to for imperial or wedding or whatever, they can't eat. They can't clothes are washed. Everything is just on spot.
That's why you say you see some men that tell you that they can't stay away from their wives for that long because they've never really done anything on their own.
So I get you. It's actually more of like a generational thing. And that's why you said we're in between generations. So most of us that were like kind of exposed before time, we know how it's done abroad and all of that. So we get to see that this is how it's done abroad. Like, wow.
The call to action now will just be for mothers of our generation to be very what's the word, conscious as they train their boys. The funny thing is, in my own household, the boys were trained to do chores and if my brothers cook for you,
it was opposite for me.
But even my dad used to cook, so that what he used to do, and he used to go to the market to buy food stuff and things.
No, never.
And before, when my mom had like my youngest brother, before my grandma could come for mugo, it was my dad that was pretty much doing the mugo for my mom. So he was already a very domestic. Yes, he was a very high.
Whereas in my house, they tell you men don't do the job.
Yeah, that was not the.
That was opposite for me. It's even to the point that my dad will tell you that even when you kill chicken,
the head is for my brother.
The men have to choose the important part of the chicken.
Like
that's how much it was.
The last is for this son.
He grew up doing nothing. So for him, his sons will do nothing. Absolutely nothing. He has the house of boys. So yes.
Wow.
So now we have to be intentional with our brothers now and tell them that this is not how it is. This is how it's done.
Oh, but they adjusted because when you school outside of Africa, you tend to do things yourself. Maybe that helped them to understand and how to fend for themselves. But imagine if they still remain in the Nigerian setting, for example, that it would affect them too. Because most of the challenges we face today is what they saw their parents do.
And that's why some men are pretty much just grown-up babies. You're taking care of the kids, you're taking care of man. Adult male.
And I think that's even the biggest problem we are facing.
Yes. Like what Ogo said, I actually heard of a story. This is actually a Nigerian, grandma. The way she trained her own kids is like the reverse. So our female children, they do the chores of the man, and our male children do the chores of the woman. So like it's the men or the boys cooking
and cleaning
and doing everything while the girls are the ones going to fetch the water.
Because eventually she knew that those people
it will balance up and everything. And like I heard the story from I think one of the in-laws, and she said that it's really working for her because now the guy can cook.
Oh wow!
He can he technically can do everything.
He can survive.
He can survive as a man. As a full adult.
That's a good strategy. Like I'm sitting down here and thinking about.
I was like, good. Wow, that's like.
You heard first or Diaspora Devils. Like we're giving you insight on
nice. Wow, I'm thinking about it.
That's a fabulous call to action.
Especially for people that have both male and
just be really mindful. Train up your kids to know it's not girls don't sweep or boys don't sweep or girls cannot go to. Everyone can do everything.
I know. When I see my neighbor holding on sometimes, even the Nigerian in me is like, it's a man's job.
Oh my God.
But what I actually feel like
your husband.
Yes.
But the truth is, if your husband is doing these things, like those kind of things will be a big deal to you. Do you get what I mean? But because you know how much you're already carrying, and in your head you've already assigned that mowing the grass is yours. So you can't add it because I'm doing my own deal.
I'm doing the wig. I'm taking my department. See that? That cooking. if you say you know sabi cook, no problem. You go sabi cut grass. I will cook the food. So that's why. So vice versa. There are areas where we can work together. There are areas where you pull your weight. There are areas where I put my weight. Because also in terms of speed and all, and our specialty, if you tell some men to cook, after cooking for 3 hours, your kitchen is still a mess. And you know the funny part?
You're cleaning still it.
The funny part of the mess is that you go back to it. So sometimes you're like, I bet don't cook, leave her.
But that's what
Cut your
that's
grass.
what we're saying. It doesn't matter. Let them still do it anyway. One day they will cook and they'll be better.
I think we'll
And
let
they'll
them do the minor one.
Yeah, and they'll figure out that
That won't add
Work for me. We'll not ask them to go with palm oil, so it will not fly every night and spoil my room. We'll say instead of white, say yellow. Baby step. The point is just to understand when to come in.
Yeah.
You can't be watching TV and you're mopping.
Yeah, and just going across your leg.
And just say, well done. Do you know the annoying part of that well done? You were not angry, but you be angry.
It's better you just shut up. Just keep quiet and let me just.
You know what? Well done. Oh no, the height is. You didn't mop this place.
For what?
Also, the knowledge that every marriage dynamic is different, right? What works for someone probably will work for you. So you just have to, between yourself and your husband, to yourself and your wife, find out what works for you, and then you can proceed on that.
All right, guys, we had enough gist for today.
Yeah, it was a really nice one.
Yeah. In fact, anything marriage, we cannot say it all.
It's a very
never
important-
end.
Yeah.
But
It's
unfortunately,
not
we
even
have
a
to-
one-off topic, actually.
Yes.
There are different areas you have
There are
to
branches
go. Yeah,
to
there are
it.
branches. That's the word.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
So, guys, what's the summary of today's podcast?
Summary of it is whether you are in Nigeria, whether you are in your home country, or whether you are in you're in diaspora in some new country trying to settle in, find out what works for you. Have empathy for the person that you have chosen to do life with together, and use your sense. It's not everything that somebody should be opening mouth to talk. Sometimes just think from the person's point of view. Like, oh, she woke up at 5 this morning, she's baited the kids, let me quickly wake up, bait myself, and then try to pack the kids' lunches or make sure breakfast is ready by the time they come downstairs or by the time they are ready to sit for breakfast. Small things like that. Or she drop them off, don't worry, I'll pick them up, little things like that, they go a long way. And you see these small frictions, because you can just walk and step on your wife's feet by mistake, but the way she will charge, you will think the way she will charge, you be like, it wasn't, sorry.
But it's another thing. We just need to adapt to changing needs.
True.
Every day will be different.
True.
Like this year it's 1 kid, next 2 years we have 2 kids, next
Just adaptation is it for me. It's the word.
Yeah.
Anyway, we hope that you've enjoyed this discussion. Comment down below if you have your personal experiences or if you know of any experience that you'd like to share. And until next time, we'll say...
No, before you say that, don't forget to follow us. Our
like, share, subscribe, the whole word.
Share.
Turn on the notification button. Until then, see you later. Bye. Alright.
Make us know go delete them.